After playing that Ultraman game for the SNES, I decided to look into what games the Kamen Rider series has had. Recently there have been a few games released for the Switch and for the PS4, but they're just too new for me. So instead, I decided to go for something a little bit different, and something I knew would be comedy gold as well. The Masked Rider Kamen Rider Zo or Zeo for the Sega CD is less for game and more like watching 40 minutes of a movie with quick time events thrown in every so often. Unlike other FMV games like Road Avenger and Time Girl, the levels are very short, some being a single button press long. Based on the Kamen Rider Zeo, Zeo or Zo movie, you watch the story unfold and have to input the correct button or direction when prompted on screen. Failing to do so will result in losing health, and miss enough times and you lose a life. And that's it. I mean, it's an FMV game, you don't really get to make any choices other than the odd one or two sprinkled about through the game, if you can call it a game. Some of those are just using extra scenes from the movie, but eventually just loop back to the choices again. Later ones on the other hand will result in you losing a life straight away if you pick the wrong one. Whether it was because I had the difficulty turned down so I could enjoy the story through to its completion, or if they're actually programmed like this, quite a few so-called levels require the smallest input from the player. In reality, the enjoyment doesn't come from playing this, but from actually watching what unfolds. To be fair, the video isn't too bad for its time, and I'm sure if I had this back when the Mega CD was out, I would have been more impressed. But by today's standards, it's very grainy and pixelated. However, the voice work is superb, and by superb I mean the typical 90s cheesy voices and performances.
A silver monster that flies. Okay, why would a flying silver monster be after you?
Come on, Grandpa. We need to call the police or something.
I love it. Considering the movie never aired outside of Japan though, makes this a weird game to have released in the West to begin with. The main issue, like all FMV games have, is that once you know the order of the inputs, you can complete it without losing any health or lives. These types of games really do better in the arcades. As a home game, unless you want to relive the story again, there's not much reason to play it unless you care about setting a score. I'd say if you ever see this for cheap and you just want something that you can just play for an hour or two, then by all means give it a go. It's pretty hilarious when you actually sit down and watch it. The voice acting alone is well worth watching this for, and the fight scenes, to be fair, are actually really well done. Same goes for the costumes and the effects. Thing is though, all the things I'm complimenting from the movie, the actual game itself is just the border around the outside and the odd icon that just moves on the screen. So as the same with Ultraman, if you actually want to play some good Kamen Rider games, there's a bunch to choose from, and again, look towards some of the PS2 ones, there's a ton on there. Anyways, I've been Tom from VPG Gaming, thanks for watching, have a great gaming day.